What's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony with evolutiontraders.com. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to draw supply and demand levels. This is kind of how I do my supply and demand levels. Now, some people can do them a little bit differently, just depending on which time frame you're playing and whether you're a swing trader or a scalper or a day trader. You know, they're all going to be a little bit different, but the basic overall macro picture here of, what is supply and what is demand. Level of supply is going to be your level of resistance, the level that we need to get through in order to push up to the next area of supply, and your level of demand is going to be where buyers typically have been sitting, or typically your level of supports have been. Now, again, everyone is different. Everyone has a different trading style. For me personally, I'm an options day trader, so my supply and demand levels could look a little bit different than yours, but overall they're going to be around the same, just depending on kind of what exactly time frame that you're playing. Now, I'm looking at the weekly time frame here on the SPY. So what I'm going to do is just draw big macro levels here. 479.98 is going to be our recent highs, from the beginning of the year here. And then we do have these next level here, boom, where we kind of touched here on March the 28th. And then we had a little bit of resistance here. So what I'm doing here is just marking out top wicks where we got rejected, right? This is my supply at 479. This is my supply at 462. This is my supply at 432. So what this tells me is if we can get over 432, get over this level, maybe backtest or consolidate, and then push off, we've got room into 462, right? So for all you swing traders, we want to be looking at the daily and the weekly time frames, especially if you're going to be swinging for multiple weeks at a time. If you are a scalper, these levels necessarily are not going to be good for you, but I will get down to your levels in just a second. So I do have another area of supply here where we did have 3 weeks worth of pullback consolidation, and we did flush 412. So I'm going to go now to the daily time frame, and you can see my levels are still on my chart. You can see how they're still correlating here, here, here. And, it looks like we've got another one here. But again, this week is not over and we still have some room here. But what I can do now is start adding in new supply levels based on anything that I can see differently from the daily chart to the weekly chart. So here we've got a high of 389. I'm going to go ahead and put a level of supply here. So what this is telling me, if we look at 389.68 that we hit on Friday, and let me kind of make this a little bit bigger here. If we look at 389.68 we touched on Friday, if I just kind of go back in time, look at this candlestick here on September the 21st. Not only did we try to push higher, got rejected, and then came all the way back down. Where are we at on the chart again? The same exact spot. If we go back in time some more, look at this area that held here before we had a gap down, and look at this area that held here, here, and here, going all the way back to the beginning of September. So we had 3-4 days worth of hold here. So previous support is now turning into new resistance. This is a very, very big level on our chart here. Definitely over 389.68, I will look to get long, okay? Just by looking at this chart now, over that let's call it 390. Over 390, I would be very, very interested in taking the SPYs long, just because this previous area of demand is and support has been an area of resistance, right? So if we kind of see that, and we know that if we can possibly get over here, we potentially could have a short-term change in trend. Now, again, I see some support down here in this area. Now, I could do a level of demand at 357 or 348. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to put it down here at 348. This is definitely going to be our macro level of demand here. If we do get below that 348, I would be looking to short. Now let's go to the hourly time frame here and kind of cross-examine with what's going on here. You can kind of see those same lines starting to add up. Let me just go ahead and get out of this and put my cursor back on so I can see a little bit better. You can see all of our levels here. So again, over 390.28, we do have room into the 412. That's just based on the weekly, the daily, and now the hourly chart here. So if I kind of zoom out and kind of see exactly what's going on here, we can get a little bit better of a picture of what's going on the 1 hour time frame. Again, we could definitely add some more supply and demand levels. I'm looking at a lot of rejection here, a lot of consolidation around this 375. So what I'll do is put a level here at 375, right? rejection here, but I'm also noticing it acted as support here. So again, previous rejection could act as new support. And if I kind of go over to the right, which is taking us back into just last week's time, this 375 held for a second time. So previous rejection, once we got over that previous rejection of 375, held as an area of support, ran up to that 390 area, right? And I can move this up to 390.28, 390.28, came back and tested yet again. So this would have been a perfect opportunity. If you had your chart set up, you would see, you know, this area of rejection here, supply acted as an area of support one time. So when we did have this run up, if you were looking into Thursday or Friday, when we came down into this zone, back tested and started to push higher, you could have told yourself, I'm going to get long in this area here, and if we do lose this area below that 375 and we start closing below it, I'll just get out because it's a failed trade and failed breakdown. That demand level did not hold, but as of now the area is holding. So what we are looking at here is 390.28 long on the SPY. Again, we had a nice run up on Friday, a little bit of a flag pattern acting out here. We do have the 20-day moving average here on the 1 hour time frame. I would like to see us get over 388.36, and I would consider getting long, taking profits at 390.28, holding a runner. If we do break that level, then we can definitely go higher. Again, if we want to call this a short-term level of support here, 385.30, right? And I'm going to show you how this kind of correlates. 385.30, let's go back in time, and we can see that this was a previous area of rejection. We got over it here, lost it, tested it in the after hours and in pre-market, could not confirm, dropped, tested it once more, dropped, right? Back down to our previous area of demand. So this area here was a previous area of supply, previous area of rejection that once we got over have now back tested. So below 385.24, this is a short position. 375 would be a potential target. Take profits along the way. Don't quote me on 10 points down. But again, below 384.25, I'm interested in a short. Over 390.28, I'm interested in a long. I hope that helps you, give you guys a little bit of clear understanding how I play my supply and demand levels. All I'm using is a 20-day moving average, and then I'm marking out my own supply and demand levels. Hope that helps. My name is D. Anthony with evolutiontraders.com. You guys can join the Discord. All of that information is down in the description box below. And again, good luck to all of you guys. Stay safe out there. Remember, it's not just about hitting a home run trade. It's about staying in this business for years and years and years to come. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and I'll see you guys all next time.